The ongoing conflicts around the globe have profound implications for world economies, affecting everything from trade and investment to humanitarian efforts and global supply chains. Conflicts often lead to significant disruptions in trade routes and supply chains. For instance, the war in Ukraine has severely impacted global grain supplies, as Ukraine is one of the largest exporters of wheat and corn. The Russian invasion in 2022 led to blockades and destruction of infrastructure, causing food prices to soar globally. Countries that rely on these imports, particularly in Africa and the Middle East, faced food insecurity, leading to increased poverty and social unrest. Wars can lead to inflationary pressures as the costs of commodities rise. The conflict in the Middle East, particularly involving oil-rich nations, has historically led to spikes in oil prices. For example, the ongoing tensions in the Gulf region can cause fluctuations in oil prices, impacting economies worldwide. Higher oil prices increase transportation costs, which in turn raises the prices of goods and services, contributing to overall inflation. Conflicts often result in large-scale displacement of people, leading to refugee crises. The Syrian civil war has displaced millions, with many seeking refuge in Europe and neighboring countries. This influx can strain local economies, particularly in host countries that may already be facing economic challenges. However, it can also lead to a labor force that fills gaps in the job market, potentially revitalizing certain sectors. For example, Germany has seen an influx of skilled refugees who have contributed to its economy. Countries involved in or affected by wars often increase military spending, diverting resources from social programs and infrastructure development. For instance, the ongoing conflict in Afghanistan led to significant military expenditures by the United States and its allies, which could have been allocated to domestic programs such as education and healthcare. This shift in budget priorities can have long-term implications for economic growth and social welfare. In conflict zones, humanitarian aid becomes crucial for survival. However, reliance on aid can create economic dependency, stifling local economies. For example, in Yemen, the ongoing civil war has led to one of the worst humanitarian crises, with millions dependent on aid for basic needs. While international aid is essential, it can also hinder local economic development if not managed properly. Wars create an environment of uncertainty, deterring foreign investment. Investors typically seek stable environments, and ongoing conflicts can lead to capital flight. For instance, the civil unrest in Venezuela has led to a dramatic decline in foreign investment, exacerbating the country's economic crisis. Conversely, post-conflict reconstruction can attract investment, as seen in countries like Rwanda, which has seen significant economic growth following the end of its civil war. The interconnectedness of global economies means that conflicts in one region can have ripple effects worldwide. For example, the US-China trade tensions, exacerbated by military posturing in the South China Sea, have led to uncertainty in global markets, affecting everything from technology to agriculture. Companies are forced to navigate tariffs and supply chain disruptions, impacting their profitability and, by extension, the global economy. The impact of ongoing wars and conflicts on world economies is multifaceted, affecting trade, inflation, labor markets, military spending, humanitarian needs, investment, and global interconnectedness. While the immediate effects are often negative, there can also be long-term opportunities for recovery and growth in post-conflict scenarios. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for policymakers, businesses, and communities as they navigate the complexities of a world shaped by conflict. It is essential to recognize that compassion and community support can play a vital role in helping those affected by conflict. By fostering a sense of community and providing support, societies can help individuals overcome the challenges posed by war, ultimately leading to a more abundant and fulfilling life for all. Recognizing the importance of compassion and community support in the aftermath of conflict is crucial for rebuilding societies and helping individuals heal. The psychological, social, and economic impacts of war can be profound, affecting not only those directly involved but also their families and communities. Conflict often leads to trauma, anxiety, and depression. Compassionate support from community members can help individuals process their experiences and begin to heal emotionally from psychology impact of war. War can fracture communities. By fostering a sense of belonging and mutual support, communities can rebuild trust and social networks, which are essential for social recovery. Community support can facilitate economic recovery through collective initiatives, such as cooperatives or community businesses, which can provide jobs and resources. Compassionate communities empower individuals to take active roles in their recovery, fostering resilience and agency. In exercising modern solutions and recommendations, focus should be given on community-based mental health programs such as establishing community mental health initiatives that provide counseling and support groups. Use trained local volunteers to create a safe space for sharing experiences. Implementation if leverage technology to provide online therapy sessions and mental health resources, making them accessible to those in remote areas. Peer support networks is recommended in order to create support networks where individuals who have experienced similar traumas can connect and support each other by using social media platforms and community apps to facilitate these connections, allowing for both virtual and in-person meetups. Community resilience workshops to focus on resilience building, conflict resolution, and emotional intelligence through collaborate with local NGOs and mental health professionals to design and deliver these workshops, ensuring they are culturally sensitive and relevant. Develop community cooperatives or social enterprises that provide job training and employment opportunities through partnership with local businesses and international organizations to secure funding and resources for these initiatives. Cultural and artistic expression through artistic and cultural projects that allow individuals to express their experiences and emotions related to conflict. This is achieved by organizing community art projects, theater performances, or storytelling events that can serve as therapeutic outlets and promote healing. Digital platforms for community engagement to create virtual community spaces where individuals can share resources, stories, and support can provide some form of healing. This involves developing apps or websites that facilitate community engagement, resource sharing, and event organization. Training for community leaders on trauma-informed care and conflict resolution will go a long way in supporting healing efforts by collaborating with mental health professionals to develop training programs that equip leaders with the skills to support their communities effectively. Advocating for policies that support mental health services, community rebuilding, and economic recovery in post-conflict areas can be used in the healing process by engaging with local governments and international organizations to ensure that community needs are prioritized in recovery plans. Interfaith and intercultural dialogues should be invoked to foster understanding and reconciliation among diverse community groups by organizing community events that bring together different cultural and religious groups to share their stories and build relationships. By implementing modern solutions that focus on mental health, economic empowerment, and social cohesion, communities can create an environment conducive to healing and growth. These initiatives not only help individuals overcome the challenges posed by war but also contribute to building a more resilient and united society.